What is going on in South Dakota? They got this neo-Nazi march that has been happening across a bunch of the cities out there. And I guess there's a group of local black leaders that are leading the discussion and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So let's check this out. It's Ricky Rich for Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Fallout continues after multiple incidents of a neo-Nazi group marching in South Dakota cities. Those activities happening over the weekend at the state capitol in Pierre and in Deadwood.
State leaders have condemned those marches, but the level of response has been underwhelming for many of the state's black leaders. John Gaskins talked with 3 local NAACP board members and joins us now with more. Hello, John.
Hello, Brian. We start with Langston Newton, the president of the NAACP in Sioux Falls. He had spent his entire Saturday celebrating the diversity of the city at the Pride Parade and Festival of Cultures. But then later, he received the news about the neo-Nazi march in Pierre.
Because honestly, it was disbelief. To see neo-Nazis in 2024 go to your state capitol building is like, this has to be fake. It's jarring. It's absolutely jarring.
But not surprising to Julian Baudouin, who has lived in Sioux Falls for almost 2 decades.
Hatred has always been in South Dakota. Hatred has always been in America. Racism is bred within the cloth of what we call America, what we call home, and it's something that we just fight against every day.
And according to these leaders, the fight against it isn't strong enough from Governor Kristi Noem, who issued a short social media statement that said, in part, that Nazis are not welcome here in South Dakota and that the state rejects hate.
We live in 2020.
I swear, I feel like I say this all the time, but they just really be saying this type of stuff. They really just be saying this type of stuff just to save face. But they know what's going on in their city. Come on. Nazis are not welcome here. They've been there. Tell them to pull that out here and, well, nah, never mind. Let's not tell them to do that, because I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Rejects hate.
We live in 2024. It does not take very long to flip your camera around and say, I'm just as shocked as you are. I don't want this happening in my state. I want a real, raw response.
Although the protesters were escorted.
She said exactly what I mean. Like, it's just all this semi-conversation, probably use chat GPT to write that and send it out without even thinking, and went on about your day. Like, y'all don't really care. These fools walking around with masks on because they punks, right? They know they got to get up and go to work with all of their coworkers that are of different races and different groups, and they know, it'll be bad for them. So they want to just, if you're gonna be like that, then be all the way like that. Don't try and hide in plain sight and be in society. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Escorted away from the Capitol and sent away by law enforcement in Deadwood. There are concerns about law enforcement training when it comes to these situations. Baudouin is a certified law enforcement officer who feels police were not prepared well enough to interact with the hate group.
So knowing that these things are going to happen, knowing that we have people living in our community that feel the way they do, we have to be prepared to battle against the hatred. We can't just come out with a statement and say it has no home if we're not empowering our people to fight against hatred.
The NAACP says that while leaders in the state aren't doing enough with legislation or their words to fight bigotry, everyday people can with their actions and their words.
South Dakotans, people of color here, raise their families, they go to work, they pay their taxes, they go to church, they do all these things just like you. If you do actually take the time to humanize us and people of color in the state, that might lead to a better understanding and maybe a little less hate.
Now, all of this comes ahead of this weekend's Juneteenth celebration in Sioux Falls. The federal holiday recognizes June 19th, 1865, when the last slaves in America were set free. Leaders with the NAACP say they are grateful local law enforcement will be on hand. Andrea?
All right. Well, the woman who was
Yeah, that video is crazy right there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there in South Dakota. I'm actually curious though, because at the time of this recording, it is actually Juneteenth. So this happened last week. Today is Juneteenth at the time of this recording. And I am curious while I'm thinking about it. I'm curious if anything crazy went down because it doesn't look like anything happened on this past weekend. Because they were supposed to have, according to that segment, they were supposed to have Juneteenth celebration. So doesn't look like anything happened, thank God. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything happened with so it just sounds like it's kind of a dangerous place to be. If anybody is watching this from South Dakota, what's it like out there? Any black person, of course. What's it like out there being black in South Dakota with all this weird stuff going on? Y'all let me know. Y'all be safe out there too. All right. It's Ricky Rich, Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.